Welcome back, everybody, to the morning after. I am solo today. Well, not solo. I'm with Kira. No Ginny today, although I miss her so much, but I left her back in Georgia. We'll have her on every now and then, hopefully, because honestly, she just makes me laugh. I hope she does the same for you guys. But, I'm just going to kind of talk to you guys about my week a little bit. First of all, it's my birthday week. And you guys know I'm not really a birthday people. But it showed that I wasn't a birthday person on this previous birthday. A lot of times I don't feel like I'm not a birthday person because there's things happening. Well, on this birthday, it was a little different. And we'll get into that in a second. But first, my it's a lot. All right, this is a hot topic. Hot take. Tipping. Okay, I'm just going to say tipping. I'm just going to tell a little story here. I went to take my kids, but we also took my sister's daughter the day after we took my kids to camp. So we drove up into the Georgia mountains twice. It's about an hour to 2 hour drives, depending on what camp you're going to. We stopped at this restaurant, and there was not many people in this restaurant. It was a little barbecue restaurant. It was nice, and we sit down and we start we start asking for food. We're in a little bit of a hurry, so we just tell them, whenever the food's ready, just bring it on out. And there was no pep in their step, if you know what I mean. Like, I felt like we told them we were in a hurry and they just went slower. So anyways, the food comes out. My sister had ordered onion rings instead of fries. And so we mentioned, hey, you know what? We ordered onion rings, and the fries are on her plate. Like, they're in a little basket, but they're on her plate with her food. And the waitress is like, all right, well, I'll just take the fries. And I was like, oh, well, if you want to leave them, I'll eat them. And she was like, well, then you have to pay for those. And I was like, okay. I said, but are you going to reserve them? I didn't say that, but I really wanted to because I didn't want to come off as a bitch. I'm in the South, and usually everyone's really nice down there. So you try to hold your tongue. But I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. You can, I'm sure the people back there will eat them or something. I don't know. And she was like, oh, I'm just going to throw them away. And I was like, well, then why wouldn't you just leave the fries on the table? Do you know what I mean?
This is really weird.
I'm used to, if they mess up an order, they're like, oh, fries are on us. We'll leave the fries, we'll bring you the onion rings.
I've never heard of this in my entire life.
Okay, this makes me feel better because I thought that as well. But I also was like, okay, well, everything changes in this world a lot. So maybe I'm wrong. And I just kind of bit my tongue. I was like, oh, okay. And when she said we're just going to throw them away, and I was like, well, you're just going to waste food? Well, I'll eat them. And she said, well, then you have to pay for them. I'm like, okay, just take the fries.
What is this, a buffet? An all you can eat and you have to pay for everything left on your plate? I'm so confused.
This gets better.
Oh,
okay.
God. Okay.
So she takes the fries. I'm like, wow, this woman she's not in a very good mood. And my sister even says it. My sister's more patient than I am. But she was like, God, and I go, well, maybe she's having a really bad day. Maybe she's having a bad day. And people have bad days, and we just have to take a breath. So then our food comes out, and I got some wings with a side salad. All right, I'm eating my salad, and all of a sudden something's not chewing. I'm like, what's happening here? I pull it out. It's like a piece of paper that's been folded up into something. And so I am chewing on paper, and I take it out, and she comes by, and she's like, how is everything? And it was right when I was pulling the paper out of my mouth. It wasn't like I pulled the paper out of my mouth, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I was just eating paper. No big deal, but can you just take the salad away? Because it just made me nauseous to look at it at that point. You know what I mean? I wasn't asking anything. I was like, will you take the salad away? And she was like, oh no, she didn't even say sorry. That's what killed me. She didn't say sorry. She looked at me and she was like, yeah. Didn't offer to bring me a new one. Did not offer anything. It was just kind of yeah, takes the salad. We don't see her again. So yeah.
I'm baffled.
Again, maybe she was having a bad day. She takes the salad. I look at Jenny and her friend, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't know what's up, what's wrong, whatever. I don't see her. I take the kids to the car because I'm like, all right, we got to go. So I don't even care to eat now. Let me just get the kids to the car. Jenny was going to take the bill. Jenny gets the bill, and I look at her, and I'm like, are you going to tip? And she was like, I don't know. Should I tip? And I was like, I don't know. I go, I always tip because my name's on it. Regardless of whether it's terrible service, which I come from the from the upbringing of, if you don't do your job and you don't do it well, then why would you get tipped? So Jenny comes from that same upbringing. And you don't have to go above and beyond by any means, but if you find paper in the salad, maybe be like, oh, I'm so sorry. She didn't even say sorry. And not that it's her fault, but you just say sorry.
I don't really know what the answer to this is either, because I feel like I have to tip no matter what. I feel like I'm personally responsible for paying a server. Like, they don't make enough money. You know, it's all of that.
I agree.
But if it's objectively terrible, I don't know. What are you supposed to do?
I mean, even if you're bad at it, but you're really nice, I'm going to tip you well. But if you're bad at it and you got an attitude and there's just no pep in your step to make things like, and I also was raised by my dad who always says the customer's right. No matter what, customer's right. If you are selling something and the customer is not happy, customer is right. Fix it. Figure it out. That's customer service. And when you're waitressing, you're in customer service. So like, yes, I tip every time and I tip well above what I'm supposed to. And that is because my name is on that check, to be honest. Unless they do a really good job, then I love tipping that much. But like, I don't know. I'm so over like we're just paying people to do a shit job.
And I think we're all over the turning the iPad over and tipping $3 on a $7 coffee.
Oh my God. Well, how about when you buy a magazine, it's like tip. You're like, what? I got a tip for that?
What'd you do? Lean over?
Yeah. What? And I tip because I'm scared. I'm like 20% on something that isn't even like, no one helped me.
And in big cities too now, the suggested tips start at like 28%. So it's like 28, 30, 32. And it's like, what? I'm going to tip 32% on you like reaching over and grabbing a chocolate bar and scanning it?
Where is this?
Just I feel like in LA.
Oh yeah, in LA.
New York.
Yeah, well, these places are crazy.
It's nuts.
Crazy. Speaking of LA, we're going to get off this topic because I could go on forever on that. But, and again, I'm with Kiara. Like, I know these people don't make enough money, so I'm always tipping above and beyond. But gosh, sometimes you're like, why would I even tip you 20%? You just sucked.
Yeah.
You didn't even care to, I mean, like, it took us, it's not their fault. Sometimes it's control. I get it. So I know this is a touchy subject, but fuck, I hate having to tip people who don't give a fuck about being there and don't want to, and like, could care less to serve you. Great, then the restaurant will pay you, and I don't need to pay you more for the food that you didn't care. You know what I mean? Moving on. Speaking of California, I had a huge giggle in Georgia because I walked into a Target, and I don't go to Targets normally, which it was really fun to go to. Obviously, everyone knows what happens when you go into a Target. It just happens. Like I'm ending up getting a second cart. Like it's just one of those things. And I went in for one thing. Okay. When I'm with my nieces and nephews, I do love to spoil them. And so not that, Target's great. Target's fantastic. So I'm just loading things into the cart, whatever. And I get up to the cash register and we're checking out. And there are these really cute PJs that say Los Angeles on them. And I got them for my niece to kind of like remember us when we're gone, right? Super cute. She scans them and she's like, oh, sorry, this item's recalled. And I was like, pajamas are recalled? And she was like, yeah. And I go, wow, the state of Georgia really doesn't like the state of California, do they? Like they're just recalling pajamas that say your name on it, say our name on it. And she giggled. And I was like, can you tell me why they're recalled? And she's like, I cannot. And I was like, is it because you guys don't like California? And she was like, I wouldn't be surprised. But I went home and I told my sister and she was like, yep, fucking California. We don't like them here. I'm like, okay, we get it. So we all know that it's one of those things. But honestly, when I grew up in Georgia, California, well, even in Detroit, California is like you look at it.
A pipe dream or?
You don't go there.
Oh.
But you look at it. It looks nice. But you stay on your side of the country. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, those people over there. So I know everyone in Georgia is like, those people over there, you know? And now I am one of those people.
Now you're one of those people over here.
I am one of the people over here. And it's great. I love it. Whatever.
Do you guys ever feel really skeptical about like everything that's out there? Supplements, vitamins, skincare routines. This is how I am because honestly, I have no idea if I'm being fed information that is just completely bogus or whatnot. But this is honestly why I love Nutrafol because I've been using it for so long now and the results are there. It's not made up. It's very much what you're going to see. And it takes about 3 to 6 months to see that. So the waiting period is hard, but if you stick with it, I promise you will see these results of stronger, faster growing hair. It just feels and looks healthier. And it not just feels that way, it is that way. You guys know I love Nutrafol. I mean, there's a reason that my hair has come back, and that is solely from them. It is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand that is trusted by over 1.5 million people, me being one of them. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body, since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified, the gold standard and third-party certification for supplements. So you'll see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter that promo code morning after. Again, guys, this is real. The results are going to be there. So find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement yourself and go to Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code morning after. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code morning after.
All right. So I went to Georgia because I'm sending my kids to camp. I didn't talk obviously specifics before sending them, just for their safety. But now that it's over, I can talk about it. I sent my kids to Camp High Harbor at Lake Burton, and it is the same exact camp that my sister, my brother, and I went to 28 years ago. It was when I was in cabin 1, I think, which blows my mind that I'm that old. 28 years ago. Okay. So I didn't know what to expect, because they do an orientation for parents, but I'm across the country, so I'm not flying in for an orientation. And I feel like I've been there, so I don't really need to. It has not changed at all. It is the most nostalgic place ever, because it has not changed. And I had mentioned that to someone who works at the camp. I was like, how great is it? Because this world has been changing so much so quickly, that this camp has remained the exact same. The only difference was that you're not allowed to go in and help your campers make their beds, which is a whole thing. When my mom dropped me off, she would come into the cabin with me, make my beds, make sure I'm settled before I had to go do the swim test. And so that was news to me. Luckily, since I was not at orientation and my daughters were from across the country, they allowed me to make sure they were settled. I did ask, just because I was like, listen, we haven't, my kids are worried that I'm flying back to California. I had to make sure they're okay. And they were very gracious on that. But next year I won't be able to do it. It's a one-time thing, right? But as we're pulling in, we decorated the trunks. Did you go to camp?
I had to go to sleepaway camp, I think in 5th grade through public school.
Oh, wow.
A couple of times, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
With
With my class.
With your
my
class.
actual public school class.
Okay. So did you do a trunk? Do you know what a trunk is?
No.
Oh my God. Yes. Okay. So this is just very Southern. I don't know. But when you go to camp in the South, a trunk, I'll post pictures if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you decorate them.
Oh, like a cooler?
Like a cooler, yes, but without the cooling mechanism
Alcohol.
inside, yes. So it's just literally a trunk. And you decorate it so fun, and then you pack it, whatever. And then you decorate your car. At least I thought.
Oh.
So
I'm embarrassed already.
it was perfect. I loved every second of it. So we pull up to the camp. We are an hour and a half early, because you want to get a good spot in line. Because if you don't get a good spot in line, the pick of the beds is sparse.
Yeah, it's
Sparse.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're 5th in line. I've never been close to that ever in my life. We were in the back. And so we get that when Jenny and I are high-fiving. We're like, 5th in line? Let's go. And the girls are like, wait, we have to wait here for how long? I said, listen, you're going to be thankful, because when you get inside that cabin, you'll get to have beds right next to each other. And if we didn't do this, one would be on one end, one would be on the other, one would be on a bottom bunk over here and whatnot. And they're like, well, we don't like top bunks. This blows my mind.
Really?
My kids are not top bunk people. And I don't know if it's because they grew up in bunk beds, so it's really not that cool for them.
Oh.
We raced for the top bunks.
Yeah, me too. But I also didn't have a
A bunk bed.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. So lo and behold, we show up. we're feeling pretty good about our location in line. People start walking up and down. We're in the parked line. People will walk up and down because everyone's really early. And you get to know people, see people. There were a ton of people from Wesleyan, which is where I went to school. There were a ton of people from UGA. Word got out very quickly, which I've talked about this before, but I kind of hate that solely because my girl's identity then becomes
yours.
Yes. Staffords children, right? And they'd brought like jerseys to wear because at camp sometimes you wear jerseys and they wanted to wear their dad's jersey. And I sat them down in the car and I was like, hey, don't wear your dad's jersey. You can wear it at the end, wear it the last day when I'm picking you up. But other than that, don't wear it. Mm-hmm. And they're like, why? And I just had to explain. I was like, listen, it's just you're fine. You don't need to wear jerseys. Just wear t-shirts. You'll be all right. So word did get out, which, it was fine. And Camp by Harvard did a really good job of just like kind of never mentioning, never making it a deal at all. Right. Mm-hmm. Which I loved them for that. And we're kind of pulling down to the cabin. And I'm telling you, it looks the exact same. Like they have not done anything to it, which is kind of wild as well. We're pulling down. All of a sudden, my kids scream. They're hanging out the top because it's okay. We're like pulling in. So they're hanging out the sunroof.
Sunroof?
Yeah. And all of a sudden I'm hearing, ah! I'm like, what? Like you ran over a snake. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, at least it's dead. Like, sorry, but it's right by the cabins. Like, thank goodness. So, the snake's gone. We're okay. And so we pull in and so sweet. We get them all set up and they're like, all right, mommy, we'll see you later. They start giving hugs. Sawyer gets a little emotional. She's my emotional one. I'm like, you're going to be fine. Love you so much. Peace. If you stay too long, you know what happens. So we leave and my sister did an amazing thing. And she was like, I'm going to get a counselor's number, which I didn't even think of. And they don't do this. They don't do it. And they did it. And I think it's because I had 3. And again, we're cross country. Like, it's just one of those things where they wanted to make sure that I felt comfortable and the girls felt comfortable. And so we got like periodic updates. It would be like maybe once every 2 days. So it wasn't that often. And you get pictures to this companion app. So you can kind of see, and it face recognizes your kids, which is kind of wild.
I don't know if I like that.
So you submit a photo, and then when the photographer posts photos to this app, it scans all the photos and it'll pull up the ones of your kids.
Okay. I think that does make it easier on parents.
China for sure has my child's facial recognition now. It's fine. Here we are. And so I'm getting like, periodical updates, and Sawyer's a little homesick, but pushing through. And they send me a note that Sawyer wrote me, and I almost lost it. It was the sweetest note.
Can you read it? Do you have it somewhere?
I have it on my phone. Yes, I can read it.
I think we all want to hear it.
Okay, hold on. They took a picture of it because turns out mail doesn't really work up there. July 29th. Dear Mom, I love you so much. And today we first went to the lake and rode the boat. We also got to get ice cream on the boat, and then we went to the waterfall. We got to climb on the rocks, and it was really fun. And it rained on the way back, so we had to run really fast back to the cabin. Then they said, go shower. This is good. I remember this. Then they said we had to go shower, and I was last, so I had to take a cold shower. And I also organized my trunk. So then they said, go to bed. And I laid in bed and started writing this note. But then they said, who wants ice cream? And we all got ice cream. And then we went to bed for real now. And that's when I got to finish this note. Mom, just know that I am going to get to see you in 3 days. So have fun. I love you so much, Sawyer.
Oh my God, I'm tearing up. That's so cute. Just know.
Just know I get to see you 3 days. So Mom, you have fun. Don't worry about me, Mom. You have fun.
I'm eating ice cream, Mom.
In bed. I mean, how sweet is she?
Oh, she's so sweet.
And of course, they took a picture of it, and I never got the actual writing.
Oh, this is the one thing you wouldn't throw away.
I know. I would have kept it. Oddly enough, would have kept that one. But no, it was so sweet. And I got photos of them on the blob. And, it's just one of those things. I'm so proud of them for conquering that. They were all a little nervous. I also love it because we live a certain lifestyle we are very blessed and privileged. And Camp High Harbor is a fantastic camp. It is a Christian camp. It's a YMCA camp. But I do feel like there's a lot of camps that have all these bells and whistles, right? Where everything is like the countertops in the bathroom are granite, and the horses, and there's all these really, really fancy, nice camps. And I'm not saying Camp High Harbor is not that, but Camp High Harbor is also stuck to its roots in the fact that like you don't need a lot. You really don't. Like they had plenty of beds, plenty of space, 2 bathrooms, 2 showers. There was 17 in their cabin. And you make it work. And honestly, like that's what my kids need that. They need to be put in situations that aren't perfectly done for them.
Right. And did they notice that? Like, is that something that they came home and talked about at all?
Well, I will say the cold showers were big because Hunter loves to take a 40-minute shower.
Oh my goodness.
And you know what she said? Mommy, they only gave me 2 minutes for my shower.
What does she do in the shower for 40 minutes?
She's like me. She'll sit down.
She wants peace and quiet.
She just loves the hot water. I mean, she's very much me. Like when I get drunk, I go to my happy place, which is the shower. Her happy place is also the shower. So she's like, Mommy, they only gave me 2 minutes to shower. I was like, oh, that's a quick shower. She was like, I never got to my body. And I was like, that would have been the first thing I did. I was like, wait, like never at camp did you wash your body? And she was like, not with soap. I was like, okay, well, we're gonna have to go shower right now. So it's like I knew I smelled something in this car. Oh my gosh. She's like, but I got to wash my hair some. And I go, so when you say some, like you got in the shower and like sometimes you didn't wash anything, you just like hung? And she was like, well, yeah, because they make you shower every day. So she would just get in and just sit there for 2 minutes and get out. Y'all, I can't make it up. It is very me though. Like I laughed at her. I was like, it's okay. We'll shower you when you get home. God knows. Oh gosh.
I swear that Happy Mammoth has saved me with their Hormone Harmony supplement. I mean, I feel like women, whenever we feel off, it's told us that it's our gut, it's other things. But honestly, guys, it's our hormones. I mean, we have a lot of hormones. And with everything we go through, talking about just periods in general, and then you might have a baby, and then you go through perimenopause like my sister, or then menopause, and all these things, our hormones are just thrown out of whack. And I am so grateful for Hormone Harmony because it combines 12 powerful adaptogens into one single capsule. And each of these ingredients is carefully selected on a scientific evidence and has been proven effective in clinical studies for women of various ages and hormone profiles. I just feel like I am put back together. Does that make sense? Like when you feel off, it's usually because your hormones are off. But when your hormones are all in sync, you kind of feel like yourself again. And this truly is what Happy Mammoth has done for me. This is crazy, but it surveyed about 1,800 women, and they saw that 86% of women started losing weight, 77% say it improved their mood, and 100%, guys, 100% said they're feeling like themselves again. And that's what it does for me. I just feel like I'm me again. So if you're feeling this way, look into it. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use that code Kelly at checkout. Again, try Hormone Harmony risk-free and get that 15% off your first order with the code Kelly at checkout.
I just felt like it was really good for them to kind of just like understand also just the independence camp gives you in a way of, yes, you don't have parents around. You have counselors who are like 18, and you have to kind of dirty clothes go in a certain place. Like they have to be organized. So I do love what camp teaches kids. Especially the one that I went to and the one that they went to. I was laughing though. I was trying to figure out the orientation because I was like, oh shit, I don't know anything. Like I was thinking it would be the same, and it was, thank God, but I didn't know. So I started watching the YouTube orientation like before. The questions that people will ask are comical. At one point, one lady goes, so like, you guys provide laundry. We're giving them laundry bags. So like, is laundry done every day? And I was like, again, this wasn't live because I was watching the replay of the YouTube. I looked at my sister and I was like, did you just hear that? She was like, that's some bougie ass camp stuff. I've never heard of that. I was like, there's no laundry service. There's no laundry service. You put your shit in the bag and hopefully it doesn't mold. Like that's camp for you. It's camp life. You send them with stuff that you don't really care if it comes home or not. Although I did send them with their retainers, and the orthodontist told me not to. And I was like, my kids are really, really responsible. They got this.
Yeah.
Hunter didn't come home with hers, but the other two did. So it's fine. Whatever. Anyways, I did feel like camp is so good. Oh my God, when we went into the cabin, they're like setting up, and Hunter and the counselor is like, can I help you like put so? She's like, yes, I'd like this here, that there, this. And my sister, thank God, caught it because I did not. She wasn't like being rude. She just was like, oh yeah, you can help me put that there. And my sister goes, oh no, Hunter, you do it. She just asking if you need help like getting it out, but no, you have to set everything up. And so they, it is good. And they have the golden broom, which is for the cabin that's the cleanest. They all have chores. Your bed has to be made every morning. And that is something that in this house doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. So again, it's just, I was so proud of them for going, and I'm going to share all of it. I did share most of it, but like when we were leaving and like the tears on the way home because of all their friends that they made. Proud. I was like, I'm so proud that you have made these relationships. And Sawyer, again, my most emotional one, is very upset. And I was like, how lucky are you that you got to make those friends and you got to say goodbye to them and hopefully see them again next year. Like, how lucky that you got the chance to make those relationships. Because if we didn't go, then you would have never met these girls.
Did she get information so she can pen pal with her or them or whoever?
So luckily enough, after the pictures were posted to my Instagram, I have connections with they made 3 like really good friends. And I got all 3 of their mom's information or their addresses. So we're going to, pen pal and hopefully stay in touch for next year. But the Cali side of me, again, I packed them like face oil. I was like, their faces get so dry. It was like it wasn't like anything nice, but they're like Mexican. They get so dry. And I forget when you go to Georgia, you can't put on face oil. My sister's looking at me and she goes, what the fuck is this? And I go, it's face oil. And she's like, the hell do you need? What do they need face oil for? And I was like, I don't know. I was totally that mom that just like overthought everything. My sister was like, fuck no. You're not, no. They'll get made fun of. Absolutely not.
I was just going to say, I feel like that's the kind of thing other kids would be like, oh, are you from California?
Absolutely. She was like, no. And you usually go also when you get in line to go and you get the first beds is because you want the beds that are furthest away from the counselor so you can like stay up late and like you can sneak candy and whatnot. And we get there and my kids pick the 3 beds right next to the counselors. And Jenny was like,
squares.
Yeah, Jenny was like, well, I sure, like we would have never picked these beds. And I was like, I know. But I think they just were so unsettled. They wanted to be next to the adults.
Oh, your daughters are really wholesome too. I just don't see them like purposefully getting in trouble. I just don't. They're not really like that,
They're really, I do love them so much. I think I've scared them so much and it's horrible. But like all the kids will like we have friends over and the kids will sneak candy and my kids will come and be like, Mommy, may I have this Hershey's Kiss? And I'm like, no. And they're like, okay. And they just go like, there's no sneaking around candy. I think, which is horrible. Like part of me feels bad because they're fucking terrified of me. But
well, you're stopping them from having the sugar addiction that you have.
It's serious, and that's a serious addiction, people. So I'm not, Anyways.
All right, guys, another supplement. And I don't like to tell you about these things unless I have tried them and I feel that they have worked. So I am loving the Mitapure from Timeline. And what is Mitapure? It's the only urolithin A supplement on the market that is proven to target the effects of age-related cellular decline. So what are you going to feel when you take this supplement? I mean, I feel stronger after my workouts. I feel like I recover quicker. I feel like I have more energy. It's nice to feel that I am kind of being proactive about preserving my health and my mobility and strength. And this is what the urolithin A does, which is all in the Mitapure supplement. Guys, Mitapure is research backed and is shown to deliver double-digit increases in muscular strength and endurance without a change in exercise. So it is a win-win. If you're interested in awakening that strength and power and resilience that's already in you, but you just need something to help at the cellular level, then go to timeline.com/morningafter. You can get 10% off your order of Mitapure. Timeline.com/morningafter. That's TIMELINE.com/morningafter.
I have a good, bad Tyler moment for everyone as well. So she was living her best life. right? She was the only child for a whole week. Shout out to the parents who only have one child, because that shit is hard. She's like, Mommy, what are we doing? Mommy, like, can you come watch me? Mommy, come play with me. And I was like, oh my God, what's happening? No. So shout out to the parents that have one child. That shit's not easy. And I've never had one child because I started with two. So like, that's never been me. My goodness. God knew I couldn't be an only child parent for any amount of time. He was like, you know what, we're going to start you with two because you just can't do it. But shout out to you guys. But she was, for the most part, great. She just talks a lot. Even my dad. I was like, Dad, one morning I had something. I was like, Dad, will you come over and just take Tyler to breakfast or something? And he was like, oh, she talks a lot. Dad, that is your granddaughter, and you don't get to spend time with her very often. He's like, I know, but she just doesn't shut up. And he's not wrong. He's really not wrong. But I love her. I do love her so much. So much personality.
Thank goodness she's as cute as she is.
And you know it too.
I know
Kira
it.
knows it because she'll come in this room and she'll just talk everyone's head off, and we're like, all right, Tyler.
But she's a great one to talk to if you want to know the tea about anything going on. She'll tell you.
So that's a great segue into what I'm about to say. This is my good, bad Tyler situation. So my mom is getting the kids out of the car. I don't know where we are. And she starts to close the door, and Tyler hadn't got out yet. And Tyler like freaks out. And my mom's like, okay, relax. I didn't shut it. Like, come on. You just were, my mom's like, you're taking too long, which is very much where I get my parenting from. You're taking too long. I didn't know you were still in there. Get out of the car. So she gets out. She goes, well, my mommy closed the door on me because she always forgets about me. I was like,
what?
I have closed the door on her one time. I thought she was getting out the other way. That was my bad. But because she always forgets about me. I was like, you make certain that no one forgets about you, child. If anyone gets forgotten, it's Hunter. Like, love you so much, but you make sure we are here with you, and we remember that you are here. So relax. But then she tried to throw me under the bus.
Tyler is never missing.
Never missing. Thank you.
She's never. There is no question of like where Tyler is.
Thank you. Because I'm sure people are sitting there going, oh my God, she's so mean to this child. I'm not mean to this child.
No.
She is such an amazing little person. But like, God bless. She just, again, she's there and you can't forget it. And then she tries to throw me under the bus.
That is wicked.
Wicked. And she does it a lot. Like, she does it with Matthew a lot. And I'm like, what are you doing right now? She's very smart.
She's probably the one that babysitters are a little like nervous about because they're like, what is she going to say we did with her?
What is she going to say? Guys, you know what? Yes. If you ever meet my daughter, Tyler, and she says some crazy shit, it's most likely not true. Okay. Like, maybe a little bit, but she embellishes. She's a great storyteller.
She's fantastic.
She's a great storyteller. And her stories last a really long time. And she gets both of these from different sides of the family. Like the embellishment on one side and the like every detail needs to be included, storytelling on the other side, and you combine them and it is whoa.
She's going to have a podcast someday.
And she speaks very loud. Like she like yells it, and that comes from the hall side as well. So like, when you combine all those together, it just makes for a certain type of human that is, I pray for her significant other one day. I'm like, prayers to you. But no, I do kind of love that. Oh my God, we forgot to talk about my birthday. All right. hold on.
That is very you to forget about your whole birthday.
So on my birthday, my girls are getting picked up. So it's like a 2.5 hour drive out to Camp High Harbor from where we are. And I'm so excited to see them. Because again, like you don't hear much, you don't see much. It's kind of like, what did they do? Like, did they like it? Whatever. I picked them up. They're emotionally saying goodbye to their friends. It's about the cutest thing ever. We get in the car. My mom's with me. We're driving back, and they're telling us all about it, which is so fun to just hear everything that they've done and whatnot. And all of a sudden, we're about 30 minutes into the ride. Hunter's saying she's hungry, and I'm like, all right, well, okay, we'll try and get some food. And Sawyer's like, hey, mom. I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm driving. My mom's in the passenger seat. My mom had just had surgery too. So mind you, on her shoulder. She's like, Mom, my throat feels weird. I'm like, your throat feels weird. I'm like, okay, well, maybe you have a little sore throat from camp, allergies, whatever. And she's like, okay, mommy. And she's like, Mom. And I turn around and she just starts, and I'm like, oh, she just starts starting to puke or gag. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, Mom. And my mom, I'm yelling at her to turn around to give, we have one little trash bag. I'm like, Mom, get Sawyer and then you just see it. It's already out, right?
Oh,
So Sawyer had already
no.
puked in her hand. She's trying to, sweet thing, she's trying to keep it in her mouth, which just sounds disgusting. But you guys know what I mean. They cover it and it just like goes through it. And my mom is so slow. And I'm like, Mom, the trash bag. And she's like, I'm so sorry. She can't turn because of her shoulder. I totally forgot she had just gotten shoulder surgery. Not just, but like a month ago. So she can't turn that way. I'm driving. So it's like a 2-lane highway. I pull off to the side. We finally get her the bag. She's puking. She'd puked all over the car though.
Oh no.
Okay. So we're still, this is like 30 minutes in. So we're still like 2 hours out. So I pull off. I shower her down with water that we have. We have some wipes. I get the soap out of their trunks. I'm like literally showering her because it's all over her and like trying to clean out the car. Cop pulls up behind us and is like, you guys need help? Are you guys good? Everything okay? And I was like, yeah, so sorry. My daughter just got sick everywhere. So we're just trying to clean her up and change her and get back on the road. And he was like, oh, okay, no worries. I just want to make sure you didn't have a flat tire. I was like, no flat tire. And he's like, okay. So he stays behind us just until we get back on this highway. So we get back on the highway. We're feeling good. We're like, all right, that was happy birthday to me. Like that was tough. Hunter's screaming that she's hungry. And I'm like, I get it. We're going to pull off and get some food and whatnot. And in the meantime, I'm trying to make it home for my nephew's soccer game because I never get to watch them play sports. So I'm kind of booking it. My mom's talking to me and all of a sudden I hear, I don't even know what it sounds like when you blow a tire.
Oh no.
Blew a tire. Completely dead. Like on the rim. Okay. And my mom keeps talking because she can't hear. I love her so much. She can't hear shit. She keeps talking. I go, Mom. She's like, what? And she's talking. I go, Mom. And she's like, what? And I go, we blew a tire. And she was like, this is very me. She goes, are you fucking kidding me? So we pull off and I get out and sure enough, it's sitting on the rim. And I'm like, oh, and we're a mile from an exit. So we can't drive to the exit because my kids are also screaming for food.
Oh, great.
So I am again going, happy birthday to me. This is fantastic. Now, I will say we lucked out. This is where God was like, all right, I can't make her birthday all miserable. I hit the OnStar button, which my mom was like, what's that? I'm like, okay. The fact that you are driving and you don't know what like this is just. So I hit the OnStar button. We get AAA out there. There is a guy 10 minutes away.
Oh my goodness. Thank God. It usually takes like 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
100%. And we're in the middle of nowhere. So thank Jesus, because I literally was about to lose my mind. And mind you, you know how when you are in a car and you're just tired and you really don't want to talk and whatnot, but you kind of have to. Mm-hmm. That's where I was at. Even to my daughter, like to everybody, I was exhausted. But this day just kept getting longer and longer and longer. And so I throw my kids on their iPads. I'm like, just get on your iPads. Like, try to not think about food until we get going. So we get going. I miss my nephew's game. We get back to the house, and what am I doing? I'm washing all clothes from camp because we have a flight to catch in the morning. Washing all the clothes. And if you send your kids to camp, you know, those things smell it's nasty. You almost just want to throw it all out. But you can't because that's a lot of clothes. So I'm like doing washes, just doing laundry the entire time, rinsing my children, making sure Hunter actually used soap. And it gets to be about 7 p.m. And I'm like, oh.
Your whole birthday.
My whole birthday. And my sister was like, what do you want to like do? And I go, honestly, I ordered the kids pizza. I said, give me a piece of that pizza. I got my pajamas and I fucking ate pizza in my pajamas and went to bed. But I will tell you, that feels like a 36-year-old birthday when you're a mom. I think that's what it is. It came and went in the best way possible. And then we woke up the next day. We're trying to make it to camp for Matthew, last day of football camp. This is where football comes in. And I had booked a flight to make sure we could get back to camp, because every year it's like a tradition now. Like, regardless whether he's playing or not, we come to camp so he can see his daughters and whatnot. And so I am getting on this Delta flight, like, okay, delayed. I was like, and again, it's nobody's fault. It was bad weather in Atlanta. But I just was like, I need to get home.
Yeah.
Like when you hit that point,
you're
and
like,
honestly,
I need to go.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's summer, right? So summer gets long. And we had traveled to Georgia and back quite a few times at this point. And all I wanted to do was get my kids to see their dad at training camp. And so we do get there, we pull up, we get to the actual practice field when they're breaking it down. Meaning like, no. I mean, like the team is like, breaking it down, like in the huddle, breaking it down to be released. Perfect fucking timing. It was perfect timing. And I'm not saying I did not want to watch them play football. Of course I wanted to watch them play football. But when you're managing 4 kids who could care less, if their dad's not playing, they certainly could care less. It's better if we just show up at the end. And we showed up right at the end. And the video that I got of them just running, because again, they hadn't talked to him. Because usually they'll FaceTime and talk, but they've been at camp.
Did they get his letters?
Yes, I know. But it's funny, which is very true. Matthew writes in all capital letters.
Yeah.
He's got great handwriting, but they can't read it. So the counselors had to read their dad's notes, which I'm sure they all got a kick out of, because I'm sure he didn't think that the counselors would be reading it. You know what I mean? But no, it was, they were so, again, dad is like their king. So like seeing him was honestly, I mean, again, that always brings so much joy to me, watching them run towards him and screaming his name and watching like him getting on his knees and just, I mean, it's.
Dad to daddy.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's such a dad to daddy. And again, like he's been dealing with a lot, not really dealing with a lot. I say a lot, but like he wants to be out there. They're doing the smart thing for him. He's been extremely bored because he's not really playing football and he had nobody at home. So he was like, and he like couldn't even talk to his daughter. So he literally is like, I was absolutely miserable. And I go, that sounds fucking amazing. What are you talking about? You get to do nothing. You don't have to talk to anybody. Are you kidding? But again, moms would think that because we're with all the kids, a lot of the time. So, but I literally was like, it sounds like a dream. Like, I mean, I know you're, what's wrong with that?
So football season is coming up. And one of the things I love to do is just like get organized and kind of get the home in order so that I don't have to do it during the season. And this is why I love Wayfair, guys. It has everything your home might need. I mean, I'm talking organizational, decor, anything from beds or linens and towels and all of this stuff. So if you're looking to give your home a refresh for this season, don't look anywhere else but Wayfair. I just got a ton of different bedding from them. I also got a few pieces of furniture and the delivery is hassle-free. I seriously love this website. I mean, I used it far before they decided to come on this podcast. I love it. I think it's got incredible prices and also just the fact that it's very easy to use and has everything in the one-stop shop. I also got a lot of storage stuff because with 4 kids, I just need to throw things in a bin and make it look organized, and that Wayfair has everything you need. And it doesn't matter the style of your home because they have something for every style, every home, every budget. You can find all your must-haves at Wayfair. So get organized, refreshed, and back to routine for way less. Head to wayfair.com and right now to shop all the things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on the podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies, so you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Would he ever take the girls on a trip by himself and leave you? Is that something he's ever done?
No.
Do you think he could?
Yes. I absolutely think he could do that easily. He might just want to wait a year or two.
Yeah.
Just Tyler. Tyler's just
Okay, we really love Tyler.
I know
like,
we
seriously.
do. She's just 5. She's still young.
He's a huge personality.
Yes, and I think like, you know, the patience sometimes. Like I lose my patience with the older ones quicker than I do with Tyler. Like I have a little soft spot for her, just because she's my baby. But Matthew ain't got that.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, Matthew does not have that. Not the baby in his eyes. Like Tyler, he's like, and you've heard him on this podcast talk about her. Like he loves her to death, but he doesn't give her that wiggle room that I do because she's the baby. And honestly, I'm surprised I do it. But for some reason, she also just makes me laugh.
She's infectious. Like, even if you know she's like lying or embellishing or something, you can't help but be entertained.
Oh my God, the way she does it with like the little like,
It's very clever.
I mean, and like just all of her, like the way she like uses her face and her body. She's like, I mean, it is. She's very smart with how she does it. But Matthew's also very smart. I can get one pulled over on me in a hot second. With her, Matthew's like, come at me because I'm just as smart as you are. So let's do this.
Oh my God.
Anyways, how about this? So football is back. We're very excited. Obviously, the Hall of Fame game happened first, which this breaks my heart. Okay, these are all kids that are trying to make these teams, basically that are playing. A lot of the starters don't play. So these are all mostly players that are on the bubble and that are like, I got to show what I got to make this team. And I remember this very vividly because my brother went through it. Matthew didn't have to go through this part. My brother did. He was always on the bubble, always undersized, always kind of like an afterthought. And he had to prove that he was worth it.
Can you explain what the bubble is for us?
So like, I'm sorry, the bubble is like cut, right?
Okay.
So the cuts, right now, NFL rosters are really big. They have to cut to a 53-man roster. So if you're on the bubble, you're not, there's people that know they're not going to make it. They're kind of like getting taped. They're getting tape as in like videoed to maybe go to other teams. It's all about, I truly believe this, it's all about timing in the NFL too.
What does your team have? What does it need?
Exactly.
Who's injured?
Exactly. And if you're a player that's kind of on the bubble with one team, well, on another team, you could be the perfect fit. It's all about time. I do think it's about timing in the NFL. So anyways, this is what killed me though. All these players are playing, and if someone fumbles or if someone drops a pick, like you feel it because it's just like, oh
It's
no,
their
no,
job
no.
on the line.
It's their job on the line. It's their dream on the line. That's really what you should call it. Because playing in the NFL is a dream for a lot of people. And it doesn't happen for a lot of people. So the first, I don't know if you noticed this, the kickoff for, I honestly don't, I know the Lions were playing. I don't remember who they were playing. The Chargers. It's Lions and Chargers. And I don't remember which team got the kickoff, so sorry. But whoever brought it out fumbled. First ball of the first play of the season.
Oh, that makes me want to die.
And the other team recovered it and was like really close to the goal. To the end zone. The goal, like I'm in fucking soccer. To the end zone. I am in soccer mode right now because my kids are starting. But anyways, it breaks your heart. It does. Like all you want is like, give them another chance. Just give them another chance. But a lot of times that's it. It's all it takes for coaches to be like, all right. Because they have a lot of people out there right now.
Yeah.
So you give them a reason to cut you, they're probably going to cut you. So when you're watching these preseason games and you're kind of just like not really caring because of the fact that the stars aren't in, say a prayer for these guys. This is their dream.
It's also another reason to watch it. I mean, actually, the stakes have never been higher for individuals.
100%. And you know what's really kind of awesome is when you see these guys like succeed and you're like, oh my God, they're doing it. Like it is, I love preseason. I love watching it. I don't go to the games, but I love watching it at home because I love to see who's going to shine, like who's going to come out. And
well, it's kind of like college, right? Like that's one of the reasons why I know you really like college, you've said, right? Is people are trying to prove themselves. They have somewhere else to get to.
yeah, agreed. And honestly, NFL, you're always proving yourself because someone's going to come take your job if you're not. But in the preseason, it is everybody who's had this dream who has gotten to the point where they can even make an extended NFL roster before it gthink cut. Like, and again, my brother went through this so many times that he had to continue to, and he fumbled the ball. I think it was a punt return. I hate punt returns. The punt returners, I just like, my heart breaks for them because that just seems like the ball's up in the air. You got 11 guys running for your head. Like, that sounds fun. Like, you can't even watch them coming at you. You got to catch the ball first. Yeah. Anyways, and he fumbled it, and I'll never forget it. So just remember, these guys have families watching that are cheering them on, and I don't know, just I do love preseason, but that broke with the first fumble of the year. That broke my heart. I was like, oh no. So anyways, again, glad football's back. Glad I got to camp. I honestly I'm really excited for this season. I know that his time is coming to an end. And I say that every year, but that's because I believe it. And then he randomly surprises me. So who knows? But that's, you can't play forever. And we're on definitely the ending time in his career. So another season is here. I'm really excited to watch it. I'm really excited for preseason. So speaking of timeout, we'll be back soon as well, which is very exciting. And also this Monday, we have another very knowledgeable guest coming to the show. I want to see how y'all respond to these expert guests. I know I always learn a lot, and it's definitely the case with this one. She is extremely viral relationship coach who does a great job of explaining just anxiety in relationships and so on. And you know what? Kira was on this one with me, and obviously Kira is in the dating world, but what I took away from it was kind of the impact my parenting is having on my kids, and they're kind of the way they see relationships. So crazy thought, but it's real. So I'll be curious to hear what you guys think about it. So also just remember to rate 5 stars, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Maybe let us know what kinds of other guests you'd like to hear from this fall. And you will hear us this Monday. And also Time Out will be returning when the fall is here. So that's very exciting too. I love talking football and I love the headlines that come with it. So that's exciting, No, I'm kidding, guys. But I hope you guys have a great week. And if you're starting school back, good luck with all the back to school situations. I know that will be coming for me next week. So yeah, until then, have a splash.
Make a splash.